Archangel Michael warns the enemy is actively trying to block your blessing right now. Don't skip this. There's information here you desperately need before it's too late. You are here for a reason, my dear child. Give that some time to sink in. A lot of people scrolled by, but you stopped. You paid attention to me, even though there were many other things that wanted your attention. You're unique because of this choice. Heaven might not see it that way. They might think it was just a small choice or a short pause. You would be shocked to learn what started to work in your favor as soon as you stayed. When you give something your full attention, it never seems normal to me, even if it seems normal to you. Pay close attention to what I say. The truth doesn't need to be yelled, so I'm not. I'm speaking clearly because this is an important moment. People miss most of my quiet messages, not because they are bad, but because they are too tired, busy, or distracted to read them. They skip over moments that could make a big difference, but they don't remember what they were leaving behind. You didn't rush, though. You took this out. You stayed. Things are going to change for you because of that. Even if you don't notice it yet, things have changed because you paid attention. It's not by accident or chance that you're so lucky right now, beloved. I planned it. I brought you here. I made your hand move more slowly. I made sure you saw this. Some people left without realizing what they lost. They didn't know what was being offered to them so softly. You stayed, though, and where you stay always changes your path. You're not doing nothing by staying. One answer is to stay. When you stay, your heart says, yes, before your mind fully understands. Do not leave now. That will not work. You must come back later. You're not promised later in the way you think you are. This is a rare moment. There aren't always big signs and wonders at important times. They may sometimes come in quietly, just to get your attention. This will change your whole life, but not by force. It will just make things better. From now on, things can be different because you are here. You might be wondering why this is important now that nothing big has happened. I'll explain. Not only do big decisions shape your life, but so do small ones. There aren't always big, loud changes in the future. People who choose to listen instead of scroll, stay instead of rush, or open instead of ignore, often make it quiet. What you just did is correct. You chose to be present instead of distracted, and that always makes me want to do something. You looked for it, even though you couldn't name it. You've been restless and had the feeling that something else is out there. You've also had a quiet desire for direction, clarity, or peace. No one else heard the questions you asked in the dark. I could hear them. There are a lot of things you have to deal with and think about. I can see the hope you've tried to hold on to even after being let down in the past. These words are connected to those prayers. That's part of my answer. They are used to moving quickly, consuming without listening, and passing by things without really taking them in. This makes them miss out on things that could change them. It's now normal to be distracted. It's nice to hear noise now. It's strange to be still. But you stopped. That pause is strong. It makes me think your heart is still soft. That means you're still ready to listen. Even after everything you've been through, it shows me that you haven't shut down. Some people are quiet, sensitive, see things other people don't, or feel a pull to stay when others feel a push to leave. You might not think of yourself as different. You are open, not because you're better, which makes you different, I always respond to people who are open, which isn't often. What a wonderful time you're having right now, even if you don't know why you stopped yet. Even if you can't say what brought you here, believe me, I know. Sometimes the way I work doesn't make sense at first. Before you see fruit, I plant seeds. Before you even know where you're going, I make paths for you. It's important that you are here right now, listening, present, and ready. There is a reason I want you to stay, because I want to give you something, not because I want to trap you. When you rush out of important events, you often carry the same problems with you that you came with. Your view starts to change when you stay, even if it's only for a short time. There is more and more peace. Things start to make sense. Not all at once, but enough to move on. If you're ready to trust Him, write, "Yes, Lord, take all of me." I am not here to stress you out. I am here to make you feel better. You're not behind. We haven't forgotten about you. You're not really lost like you think you are, because you're listening to me right now. I know that your future is still open, that you can still play a part in it. The door is open. Indeed, it's getting bigger, because you chose to stay. Take a moment to let your heart calm down. There's nothing you need to prove. You don't need to understand everything. Just be here. My words should reach you where you are, not where you think you should be. I meet you where you are, not where you think you are perfect. I meet you where you are willing to be, not where you are strong. Some people may scroll by everyday moments like these. They might not understand what they missed. You are here, though, and it's important to be here. It has always been that way. It will always do that. It's not a matter of luck. It's about being aware. It's about a heart that still works when I talk to it. You can lead, protect, and change that kind of heart. Listen to this slowly, my beloved child, and let it sink in. You didn't just open this by accident. You didn't just happen to be here. You weren't just curious or killing time. Before your hand moved, your eyes stopped, and your mind chose to stay. I already knew this moment would happen. I saw it before you. Before you could feel it, I got it ready. And I led you gently here, because timing is important, and this is not a coincidence. I understand how simple it is to think that life is made up of little things that don't matter. There was a pause, a scroll, a click, and some time to pay attention. I do not see time the same way you do. I don't waste time. Things don't just happen for no reason. Someone in you was ready to listen, even if you didn't know it yet. That's why I bring this moment into your life. There have been many times when you could have kept going without stopping, and you have. But this one caught your eye. You felt the pull, but you don't know why. That pull wasn't a mistake. Things were coming together. You could hear your spirit before your thoughts could get in the way. There was a quiet sense that this moment was important. You shouldn't think of divine timing as something magical and far away. Instead, I want you to think of it as something very personal. The right time is when you are ready, and I want you to join me. It's when your deepest desire meets my soft call, when everything around you stops making noise, long enough for you to hear me. That's what took place. This moment didn't just happen to you. You went right into it. I knew your heart before you were born. It was easy for me to guess what you would think, feel, and do when the truth came to you, quietly instead of loudly. I knew there would be times when you would be in a hurry. There were times when life was too heavy to stop. There are times when being let down will make you careful. I also knew that times like this would come up. There were times when you would stop, not because everything was fine, but because you could still feel something inside. That level of openness is rare. A lot of people have learned to stay safe by moving quickly, keeping themselves busy, and avoiding being still. When you've been hurt, confused, or tired for a long time, being still can feel bad. You stopped anyway, though. It tells me something about you. It tells me that your heart is still open after everything. That means you are still listening. That's more important than you think. You might not have thought stopping was important, but it showed that you were different. It proved its sensitivity. It showed that they knew. It showed that they were ready to receive instead of rushing by. Being strong isn't loud, but these traits are. Those are the traits I do most of my work with. A heart that stops can be led. Someone who is willing to listen can be led. It is possible to change a soul that stays. When you think about whether this could really be planned, I want to talk to you. So many people see things like this every day. You might think, that is true. A lot of people see. Not many stop. A lot of people hear. Not many people listen. A lot of people feel a push. Not many answer. You replied. That answer is important. Even if all you did was stay for a second, being called is not the same as answering. A lot of calls are made. Not many people respond. Right now, this moment exists because you answered. Not really well. I don't fully understand, but willing to do so, and being willing opens doors that knowledge could never reach. I'm not here to rush you or make you feel too much. I am here to make you feel better. Your life isn't just going in circles, even if it's not clear. Even when you're not sure where you're going, I work carefully even when you think you might be behind. I'm still setting up times. There are still invitations coming your way. That's one of them. Please help our channel, making you happy and helping you become more devoted to God are the main goals of our work. You can give us money through Super Thanks if you want to help. I know what part of your life you're in. I understand what you've been getting. That kind of question that comes up when it's quiet. I know the fears you try to ignore so you can keep going. I also know how carefully you guard your hope, because you've been let down before. All of that was thought about when this moment was made. It meets you where you are, not where you think you should be. You didn't have to be stronger to get this. You didn't have to be more loyal, sure, or sure of yourself. It was enough for you to just be there. You were too. That's enough. You need to see this moment in a new way, not as something you looked for, but as something that you looked for. It was set up slowly so it wouldn't scare you or put too much pressure on you. I made it look normal so you could choose it on your own. I wanted your heart, not how well you did, not your work, but your attention. Because you didn't scroll, you stopped, which was brave in a way you might not understand yet. Being still takes courage in a world that teaches people to hurry. Listening takes strength in a culture that is hooked on noise. You did both of them without trying to show off. It tells me you need more clarity than you think. Things won't change right away because of this moment. It's meant to begin something. Starts are often quiet. They don't make their presence known with confidence or excitement. They are soft and almost impossible to miss. But they are very important. Things are coming together to make this start, not pressure. Allow yourself to forget that your path only goes through exciting times. Small decisions you make with an open heart can often change your path. A choice to stop, a choice to pay attention, a choice to stay. Those are the times I build on. You could leave right now and still have the same responsibilities, be in the same place, and have the same problems. But you'll be different on the inside. Your awareness will be different now. Your point of view will have changed. And that change inside you will have a bigger impact on what comes next than you think. I don't want you to fully understand everything right now. It will take some time to understand. This is a simpler question. Trust that you chose to be here. Trust that this time won't go to waste. Believe that stopping told the truth about you. You are not forgotten. You're not behind schedule. No, you are not cut off. You are aligned in ways that are still becoming clear. This moment is a part of a much bigger plan, one that I'm taking my time and lovingly weaving together. Stay with me as we move forward. When doubt comes up, remember this truth. You didn't just happen to be here. You were shown the way. You are now ready to receive, my beloved child, because you were willing to stop. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. I want to talk to you about something that every day takes place in the background, something that most people don't see until it's too late. Most of the time, distractions don't come like a storm. It's not loud. It gets in without being seen. It doesn't seem harmful. It looks like a normal day, like just another second going by. Still, distraction has taken more lives than open rebellion ever could. It doesn't yell. It's not a danger. Small by small, it takes away attention until hearts forget how to listen. Most people skip over something that could have changed their lives for good. Not because they are bad. It's not because they dislike me, but because they are tired, busy, stressed out, or numb. Their days are full. Their minds were full. They kept their hearts safe. They are already doing something else when I whisper. There is something louder going on when I invite them. They miss what was meant for them, because they don't know what they gave up. Every day, I see it. I see people feel a soft push, but don't pay attention to it. I see a moment of stillness rise in their spirits and drown it out with noise. I see them pick ease over stillness, speed over presence, and distraction over depth. They tell themselves that they will have time to slow down, listen, and look for things later. But later turns into never in a quiet way. It's not that they turned me down that makes me sad. It's sad that they had no idea I was trying to reach out to them. When divine invitations come, they don't always come with the sense of urgency that the world has. They can't compete with noise and lights that flash all the time. They sound soft. Please be here for a short time. Please take a moment. They are also easy to miss because they are soft. A lot of people are expecting me to speak up, to ask for, to be firm. I don't break hearts, though. I'm waiting to be welcomed. Distractions get in the way of your path because it starts with listening. It starts with being aware. People start to feel it when they stop long enough to see something holy moving by. People who are in a hurry miss turns that were made just for them. In their haste, they don't notice what was in their way for a short time. This is important for you to know, not so you can judge other people, but so you can see how important what you did was. You picked being present over being distracted. Even though it would have been easier to keep going, you chose to stay. As the world taught you to just take in and move on, you chose to listen. You were already different because of that choice. Not because you're better, but because you wanted to. A lot of people don't get lost after making one big choice. They get lost because of 1,000 little things that take their attention away. Say not now. 1,000 times. 1,000 times. I scrolled past things that seemed small. 1,000 times. They ignored the small pull in their heart. As time goes on, they become less sensitive. Things that used to bother them are now easy to ignore. They stop hearing my voice altogether after a while. This is not meant to scare you. This is meant to make you thankful. You saw it. You took a break. You stayed. That makes me think that your heart is still alive, still open, and still able to take in things. That kind of openness is rare and valuable in a world full of noise. I want to give you some things that I can't send to hearts that are busy. They need to be noticed. Not because I'm holding them back. Stillness is needed for peace. Listening is part of direction. Transformation needs people to be there. A lot of people miss these gifts because they don't want to or can't stop long enough to receive them. Say something like, "You deserve every breath I take." Father, if your heart sings with joy, share this video too. I've seen people who didn't know it stand on the edge of a big breakthrough. There were times when they felt restless and like there was something more they could do. But then they hid that feeling under noise. They didn't change at all, and they had no idea how close they were. You can't get back every moment you missed. Some invitations only work during certain times. Some doors open for a short time and then close quietly. You didn't leave, though. You didn't hide the hint. It wasn't drowned out by something else. You stayed. You moved into alignment with something that had been waiting for you. When you stayed, I want you to know that choosing to be present takes faith. That phrase means, this moment matters. It says, I'm ready to listen. It states, I believe something meaningful can happen here. Those thoughts were in your heart, even if you weren't aware of them. They showed in what you did. That's what heaven says. Speed is rewarded in the world. I reward paying close attention. People praise those who can do many things at once. I respect focus. People who move quickly are praised by everyone. I feel deeply for those who stay. You pick depth without even being aware of it. You chose to stay when other people rushed by. Good things happen because of that choice. A lot of people think that their fate is loud, dramatic, and clear. They watch for clear signs, but fate often comes in a quiet way and just wants your attention. It is quiet instead of loud. It asks instead of telling. And people who aren't paying attention don't hear it very often. I'm telling you this right now because I want you to keep this part of your heart safe. Don't let something else take away from what being present has started for you. The enemy doesn't always have to break faith. Just take its attention away from him. Hearts only need to be kept busy enough so they never stop to take what I'm giving them. You have already been given something valuable: awareness. Being aware that this moment is important. Being aware that your life isn't a random mess. Being aware that what you hear changes things. Keep that awareness alive. Give it food. Allow it to fit. No amount of noise could ever lead you as well as this. There are going to be many times when something else will try to pull you away. It will take a harmless look. It's going to make sense. It will feel like home. Keep this moment in mind when that happens. Remember how staying opened your eyes instead of making you lose sight. Remember how just being there brought peace instead of stress. I'm not telling you to hide from everyone. Within it, I'm calling you to stay alert, to know when I'm close by, to be aware when something holy is nearby, to pick being present over and over, even when it seems small. A lot of people scroll by and don't notice what they miss. They will never know how close they were to finding peace, direction, healing, and a reason for living. But you made a different choice. You stayed. Your future is already being shaped by the choice you made. Don't think less of what just happened. You didn't just stop scrolling, you replied. And the response is the key that lets everything important in. Stay here with me. Listen again. Keep choosing to be aware over being distracted. There is more to come, and you are now ready to receive it. I love you, child, and I want to talk to you about what makes you special. To not make you feel better than other people. Not to make you feel proud, but to help you understand the gift I have put inside you. It's not that you're better that makes you unique. It's that you want to. Ready to hear. Ready to take a break. Ready to feel what other people have learned to ignore. Always ready to stay, even when other people rushed by. That kind of willingness is hard to find, and I value it very much. You have an open heart. You may have always felt this way, even if you couldn't put it into words. People miss things that you see, you really feel. The air feels different to you. You understand what people don't say. There have been times when being sensitive has felt like a burden. You may have wished you were less affected, aware, or moved. You may have thought about why you can't just get tough like everyone else. I want you to know that your sensitivity isn't a weakness, though it's a way in. A lot of people have hid their feelings because the world taught them it was dangerous to do so. Life let them down. They were hurt, hopes were put off. So they didn't learn how to show me their pain. They learned how to shut down parts of themselves. They learned how to hurry, avoid attention, keep busy, be loud, and not feel anything. They stopped hearing my whispers over time. They stopped listening, not because I stopped talking. You didn't hide your desire. You always fought back, even when life tried to make you tough. Even when bad things happened, you still quietly hoped. Your listening was still there, even when things were unclear. Your heart stayed open, even when you didn't know what you were being told. That's what makes you unique. It hasn't always been easy for you to be different. Some people may have thought you didn't belong, were misunderstood, or were too much for them. You might have tried to fit in, move at the same speed, not care as much, or feel less. But every time you tried to shut down what I put inside you, it made you feel bad. Failure wasn't the cause of that unease. That was your spirit telling you who you are. I didn't make you to rush like other people do. I didn't make you so that you could just go through life. In order to connect with you, I gave you a heart that listens. Listening adds depth. Alignment happens when you listen. You felt the need to pause when other people rushed through moments. When other people made noise to fill the silence, you felt drawn to silence. It's not a mistake. That's how you were made. Because you pay attention, you're unique. It's not loud to pay attention. It doesn't ask for notice. It only sees. And seeing is the start of new understanding. People who are in a hurry don't see much. People who stay a lot stay. You stayed. Time and time again, you stayed, even though it was hard. Even when it wasn't clear. Even if it took longer or was harder. I want you to understand this well, so that you can stop comparing yourself to others. You are not behind, just because you move in a different way. You are not lacking, just because your path seems to be less busy. You're not weak just because you have strong feelings. You have good sense with you. Having good judgment means being sensitive. To use good judgment, you have to wait. If you want to use good judgment, you need to listen before you act. A lot of them look sure of themselves because they know how to move quickly. But speed and direction are not the same thing. Noise is not the same as clarity. And being sure of yourself without listening can take you a long way from where you want to be. You may have felt slower sometimes, but being slow kept you safe. It kept you from carrying things that you weren't supposed to. It kept your heart gentle. That kept your spirit alive. You're unique because you still want more. The enemy should avoid desire. Hearts beat because they want to. People search because they want to. The door stays open because of desire. A lot of people have found comfort, routine, control, or other things to satisfy their wants. Somehow they thought they were happy, but all they were was making a lot of noise. You didn't just accept noise. You wanted the truth. You wanted to know why. You were searching for the truth. Your desire brought you here. You stopped instead of scrolling because you wanted to. You felt like this moment was important because of your desire. It was your desire that let you know that something was being quietly offered. The fact that you gave in to that desire means that you can now receive more. Being different is not the same as being by yourself. You are not alone. Even though your path has felt lonely at times, I'm with you. I walk with people who pay attention. I show myself to people who stay. I trust people more who are careful with moments. You are unique because of how you deal with things. I know that you may have asked yourself some things. You may have wondered why things that really move you don't seem to move other people. Because you couldn't ignore what other people didn't notice. You might have thought something was wrong with you. That lie needs to be corrected in a soft but firm way. You couldn't leave me out, though. I touched your spirit. That's what you felt. What made you feel something was the truth, trying to get to you. Being different doesn't mean you're better than other people. Being ready is important. All set to hear. Get ready to feel, all set to respond. Being ready for you is what lets me guide you in ways that other people don't get to experience. It's not because I love you more. It's because you pay more attention. Don't try to compare yourself to people who move quickly. Their path is not yours. Their speed is not the same as yours. Their noise doesn't make things clear. And their silence doesn't bring peace. You were never meant to run with the other people. You were supposed to walk with me. Soon, there will be times when being different will be hard again. When you might want to close your heart, ignore what you want, and hurry just to fit in. Then remember this truth. What sets you apart is what keeps you in line. What makes you unique is what keeps you hearing my voice. What makes you unique is what will allow you to go forward. You don't have to change into someone else. I want you to value who you already are. You can feel my presence because you have a sensitive spirit. You can receive my guidance because you have a heart that listens. You can grow when you protect your desire. You don't need to fix these mistakes. Keep these gifts safe. You're unique because you stayed when everyone else ran by. You paid attention when other people didn't. You knew when other people didn't care about how they felt. That's why you're in a place of alignment that many people never get to. Keep this part of yourself. Do not bury it to stay alive. Instead, bring it to me. I'll keep it safe. I will lead it. I will use it to take you to quiet, clear, and meaningful places that noise can't get to. You're not different because you're better than everyone else, my love, but because you're ready to listen, even though everyone else is moving quickly. You are willing to change your life in ways you haven't even thought of yet. Please wait a little longer. Take note of this moment. It will help you remember that your life isn't a mess, that things can change in the future, and that taking a moment to listen can lead to big things. There is a reason you are here. Something new can start because you are here. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. My beloved child, please come closer so I can talk to your heart in a clear and gentle way. There is a fact not to make you feel better than other people, but I want you to understand, but to help you understand how important what happened was. I call many people all over the world can hear my voice through moments, lives, quiet nudges, and gentle stirrings. I whisper through my thoughts, my restlessness, and times when I feel like I can't ignore them. A lot of people hear that whisper. A lot of people feel the push. That being said, hearing is not the same as responding. Having feelings is not the same as staying. That's what makes them different. People often get called. Rarely do people respond. I'm not sad or angry when I say this. I'm just being clear. I talk all the time. I always want to invite. I reach out all the time, but I never make someone answer. I don't try to get attention. Noise doesn't bother me. I wait for you to agree. I'm waiting for hearts to stop beating for a while, so I can listen. This very moment, you did just that. You replied. You might not have known why you stopped. You might not fully understand why you stayed. You might not be able to describe the pull you felt. That doesn't lessen the power of your answer. A lot of responses start before understanding does. A lot of the most important choices are made in secret, without any talk, confidence, or clarity. They are made by people with hearts that are willing to say, I don't know why, but I will stay. Look around and see how many other people feel the same way you did and still move on. They feel like there is a pause, a pull in their spirit, and a sense that something important is close by. Then fear speaks up, distractions come up, question your doubts. They make up stories that it's not important. They tell themselves that it's all in their heads. They promise to return at a later time, and later doesn't come often. People called them, but they didn't answer. I keep calling even if they don't answer. I am still patient. I stay here. But sometimes the invitation is very clear. The time is just right, and everything fits together perfectly. And in those moments, you need to hear back. You answered one of those times, even if it was a simple answer. Even if it was quiet. There was no reason to stay when you could have left. I respect that. I value your answer not because it was dramatic, but because it was honest. You didn't give a show in return. You didn't give a sure answer. You gave an honest answer. And being open is something I've always wanted. A lot of people want to be sure before they answer. Before they stay, they want to be sure. Before they say yes, they want to know what will happen. That's not how relationships work, though. That doesn't build trust. When someone answers even though they don't fully understand, trust grows. When they lean in instead of pulling away, when they don't rush past and stay present. What you said was correct. You didn't ask for answers. You didn't need proof. You didn't wait until you were sure it was safe. You stayed. That shows me more about your heart than any words could. You are not suddenly ahead of other people, or more important than them just because you chose to respond. It means you're ready. Being aware is what it means. It means you're ready to get something. And being open to receive is the way that inner peace, guidance, and change come in. Say, my soul belongs to you, God, to call him to you. Share this video too. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary, where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says give, and heaven will open over you. On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit Out Community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment, meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided e-books and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.